Hey everyone, welcome again to yet another episode of the Industry Show. I'm Nitin Bajaj and joining us today is Ravi Tilak.
Nitin,
Cheers.
good morning
Good
to you.
morning. So Ravi, thanks for joining us. Tell us a bit about your childhood, the city you were raised in, and the schooling you did.
Well, you know, I'm a city boy. I was born in Bombay, raised in Bombay, went to school in Bombay at IIT Bombay. Prior to that, I went to the high school, which was started by my great grandfather. Very proud of the lineage that he's left for us, Parle Tilak Vidyalay, you know. So it's basically the childhood upbringing was all Hindu Brahminical upbringing. That's what I'll say. And those are the values I still keep carrying.
Really interesting. So we share the same city, hopefully a lot of the same values. So what is your favorite sport or activity?
For a Bombay born person,
Still
what
cricket.
else it can be but cricket, right?
True. Do you still play?
I still play, of course.
Really? You have a
Yes,
team
yes,
here?
yes. We have 3 teams here.
No way.
Los Angeles is a great melting pot of world-class cricketers. You know, people have moved in here from New Zealand, South Africa, Ceylon, Pakistan, India. So there are leagues and we play. Yeah.
West Indies.
And West Indies, of
Yes.
course, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And now America. I have to include America into it
True.
also.
Yeah, there is an American cricket team.
Exactly,
Which is
exactly.
mostly all Indians, but
Which is and West Indians too. You're right.
so you have 3 teams here, and you're part of the 3 teams.
Yeah, yeah. I used to play in the A team of our club, but now I play in the C team.
C's big.
C is big, yeah. I have no problem with it, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do some fun trivia, rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Okay. You're a city boy, but what's your favorite city?
Of course, Bombay.
Come
And
on,
I
you've
still
traveled so
call
much.
it Bombay. I
Yeah,
still
so do
call
I.
it Bombay.
So do
I refuse to make it Mumbai.
Yes.
Because Bombay has such a punch to it, you
Yes,
know.
It does.
Yeah.
So, but you've traveled so much, like you still prefer Bombay over any
Yeah, okay. If you ask me what cities I like to visit, then the answer would be Moscow and London. I just absolutely love Moscow as well as London. And I think London is because of the British heritage
Yes.
that we all carry in us,
The
little bit
Victorian
of it.
charm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Moscow because it is absolutely charming city. And what Russians have done to look Moscow beautiful is unbeatable. I think for 30 years they poured all their wealth in Moscow. And Moscow has a dozen Taj Mahal style monuments
Right.
within the city. So,
Yeah. And Moscow is different from Russia.
yeah. And the third city, I will say, is Sydney. Sydney is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Especially the Opera House.
Yeah. So the key thing is, 2 of these cities I mentioned have great rivers in them,
Right.
and Sydney has a great harbor
Yes.
and a proximity of ocean.
Yeah.
So I'm connected to water.
Yeah. A lot of commonalities.
Yeah.
And here you are in LA.
And here I'm in LA, exactly, with ocean on my west side, right? Just as I was born.
Northwest. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, one thing that you own that you wish you did not.
One thing I own,
Yeah.
you mean it has to be trait. If you're saying that I wish I did
or
not.
something you bought.
Something I
Sometimes
bought.
We buy things and then we regret, right? It's like,
Oh, like where I have buyer's remorse?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got to tell you, I bought one cricket bat because I fell in love with it, and now I still use it, but I wished I didn't buy it.
But that's a good
I paid a lot of money for it, so I can't get rid of it either, but that's where I have it.
How expensive was it?
$600.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was made of a special metal, like it had a spring in it that.
I think this salesman just saw a sucker printed on my forehead, and that's the end of it. You know?
But usually people answer, I bought this boat, I bought this house, but then a cricket bat.
Yeah, man. I mean,
It's a good
See,
thing. It's
yeah,
how to
it is
play.
good. See, what you actually want to disown is you intimately are in love with also. That is how life goes.
Because it's kind of a
Because
sort of an
it is an
addiction.
intimate business, it's an intimate relationship.
Right.
And you like it, and therefore you want to disown it.
It's
Little
a
deep,
thought.
but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Too early in the morning.
Too early in the morning. Yeah.
Okay. If you weren't Indian, what nationality would you want to be?
Britisher.
Really?
Yeah.
Even after all the history? And you
Even
come from
after
the
all the
lineage, right?
history. Even after all the history.
You're a descendant of the Lokmanya Tilak family?
Yeah. I am, yeah. Not a direct descendant of Lokmanya Tilak. His grandfather and my great grandfather's grandfather were the same person. So that's from where things have branched.
It's pretty direct.
Yeah. It's pretty direct still.
Okay. Now, one other question. If you were running for office,
Hmm.
right, what would your slogan be?
Now I have to take resort to Marathi.
Yeah, sure.
My slogan would be Thamb Lakshmi Kunkulavate, Ravi Tilakla Mad Deun Yete. There is nothing better than that, I'm telling you.
We have to find an English version so that you can run for office here.
Okay, we will find when I decide to run for office, I'll call you.
And we'll use this video. to launch
Okay,
the
yeah,
campaign,
that
right?
will be great. That will be nice.
All right, so we're going to do this now. We're going to turn over
Hmm.
and go live on Facebook.
Okay.
And we'll keep this short. We'll keep it about 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And I have 10 questions for you. Okay? You ready?
I am ready.
Okay, are we ready? All right, so we're going to start right now. Okay, so tell us about Almix in maybe one or two sentences.
Almix is a global solutions provider for aluminum cast house industry. One sentence.
But in layman terms, what do you
In layman terms, we develop technologies to make aluminum better. Very hardcore basic level technologies. And they involve purification of molten aluminum and molten aluminum alloys, continuous casting of wrought aluminum alloys, heat treatments of aluminum alloys. So whatever nature put into aluminum, we try to make it better and make
augment it.
aluminum more stronger, more lightweight, more
Tensile.
high strength. Yeah, the strength to weight ratio has to be kept as high as possible. So the alloys which have been flying in the sky, they can start running on the ground. You see, aluminum has a lot of promise.
And your traditional industries that you worked with are mostly aerospace, but now you're getting on to the automotive industries also?
Exactly, because that's how good materials will evolve to find applications for themselves. The corrosion resistance is good, the formability is good, the weldability is good, machinability is good. So these are all the material characteristics which render a material more universally applicable.
So you go in and, so here in this Almix office, you're going in and doing a lot of engineering work in terms of figuring out, so this is more of a research lab in that sense?
You can call it that way, yeah, because our customers come to us looking for equipment, but they stay with us to buy solutions. And there is a huge difference, when we start discussing their projects, we come to know that they may not have conceptualized it as deeply as they wanted to.
Right.
So we help them in that direction also.
You're kind of consulting with them to make sure that
Right.
they're kind of thinking through the whole process, not
Correct,
just
correct. And in that respect, we keep our focus on our customer's customer.
Right.
See, that is the most important thing. If you keep focus one step beyond, you naturally the outcome is your customer is very happy.
Right. So in this case, are you thinking of me as the person who's flying on the plane that you're going to help in building, or is that someone like a Boeing? So if you're going through someone else, and Boeing is going to be your consumer or the second level customer, who are we talking about here?
No, I'm talking you.
Okay.
I say you are a surfer and I want to make for you an aluminum surfboard. How about that?
Got it.
It's a new application, you know, something new.
So I'm gonna
Or you are participating in French Open
right.
cycling,
Right.
and you want your cycle to be so light, so ultraweight light, that you can literally lift it on your pinky.
Right.
And you should not feel the weight of the cycle, you know. So
Interesting.
that's how we develop applications.
How did you get started with this? Like, who was Almix's first customer?
The first customer was right in town within Los Angeles area. And the way we started was that when I was working for another company, we were looking for very specialized custom made equipment, but the industry didn't offer that to us. So that's when I got the thought that it would be interesting to render a company such that it will always remain available to develop newer equipment and process solutions for aluminum end users.
How long ago was this?
This was 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Do you remember how big your first contract was?
Yeah, our first contract, one contract was about $550,000,
Wow.
and second contract was $250,000.
That's pretty huge for a first
That's
contract.
yeah. That's, I mean, it's important to have a contract,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and because that helps you to fund your research also parallelly.
Yeah, because usually people start small and
Yeah.
scale up. So that's
Prior to that, we received U.S. government's technology development funding also, because at that time, the Star Wars program
Right.
was being reduced in its overall scope. And so the government decided to fund what is called BACT,
Right.
Program for Acceleration of Commercial Technology, basically derived from defense technologies, space technologies, but to be put into commercial use more. So that also helped our startup.
Now, was this because you have like a lot of patents, about 15 patents to your name?
Yeah,
So was
company-wide we have even more, but yeah, I myself have,
personal
yeah.
on your own name?
Right.
So was this funding because of some of the patents that you had at that point?
No, at that time we had no patents at all.
Wow. How do you go in and just, you must be a really good salesman then.
Yeah, you got to have a little bulb trying to put some light on, you know. And I think I have to quote Dr. Thomas Alva Edison over here, you know, who said, innovation is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Exactly. You said it. So that's how it happens. You have to keep thinking about finding a solution to a problem almost 24/7,
Right.
and then the answers come in dreams.
Right. But this is the easy stuff, right? You made it sound so easy. I'm sure it wasn't that easy 20 years ago when you were going out and...
No, actually it has been easy. I have to admit, it has been easy in the sense that you mean business development or innovation?
Well, the innovation, the business development, going out and meeting people who will believe in you and who will want to work with you.
Yeah.
This is not, this doesn't happen in silos. It's a
Right. You have to be so open and direct with the customers. That's how we developed all our international
Right,
business.
the trust has to come in.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
We
how
have-
many, sorry,
No, go ahead.
how many countries are you working with right now? Like, I know you do a lot of work here, but your
We
customers
are
all
now in 9 countries.
Wow.
China has been huge for us.
Mhm.
Russia, Poland, Romania, Germany, India, Korea. So we are Brazil. We are just getting
Just
into
getting
now.
in.
Yeah, just getting in.
So this is really interesting. I mean, these are the countries where a lot of the development and innovation is happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yet they need a company.
Hey,
like
that's America. You know,
That's
America has always stayed ahead or at the forefront of the cutting edge of technology.
So you're the poster
So-
child for this administration.
Yeah, you can say that.
That's
We did receive United States Department of Commerce's highest award. It's called Excellence in Export Award. And we asked them, how did we come on your radar? And they said, because you are exporting to all these countries with which US has a trade deficit. That's why.
that's
So,
that's amazing.
yeah, that helps. That helps.
And you
because
have a few world records also. Right?
yeah, we do. We have the world record in casting the largest size of slab, aluminum slab, and the largest diameter of billet.
Wow.
52-inch diameter billet. It's huge.
How heavy is that thing?
That's about 80,000 pounds. One piece of metal.
Okay, so we want to keep this section short. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna skip a few questions and kind of come to the. Do you have any philosophical or practical advice for other entrepreneurs that are getting started or want to become entrepreneurs?
Philosophical advice is just look within and find where your real interest is. And you have to really know where your real interest is. You want to play with fire or water or documents or, metals or code development,
Find your
that way,
passion.
biology, whatever. Find your passion. And the second advice is never lose focus of money. You have to keep money always in focus. Cash flow, income streams, income earning opportunities, and relationships. And that's why we have made our company's motto that our knowledge is cast into aluminum,
Nice. I like the.
but our relationships are cast in stone.
Nice.
So this is very important, to keep a nice rapport, very healthy rapport.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you cannot argue with your customers, but it should all ultimately aim towards betterment of both businesses, yours
The
as well as
relationship
your
is the bigger-
customers.
the
Yeah,
driver in this.
yeah.
Okay. Now, along this journey, did you use a coach or mentor?
Yeah. I consider even our shop floor machine operator to be my coach and mentor.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm always learning.
Yes.
Every person has to
Some people-
contribute so much, His life with energy and ideas. And all we need to do is tap into their brains.
Just be open.
And just be open.
Yeah.
And they become great teachers.
All right, so that's just over 10 minutes. So we're going to continue this conversation on the Facebook page of the industry. So see us over there. Okay, so what has been the difference between the times you've succeeded and not succeeded?
Difference has been 6 months.
So you go back and try it again.
Yeah, you go back and try it again. You know what Einstein said? He said, he's defined what is stupidity.
Right.
And he says, to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results is what he calls stupidity. So you have to stop doing what you're doing, right? So, but for me, I'm a slow person, so it takes 6 months.
I don't agree with that, but I get the message. So, what is the one thing that drives you? What motivates you to, keep getting back up and going out there and, driving this? I mean, you're pretty successful. You could just retire if you wanted.
Yeah, I guess that's my father's teaching. Very miraculously, I think, he takes every day in the morning a pill. And I call that pill an amazement pill. And I also take one early in the morning. And when you take an amazement pill, the whole day you remain in a great state of getting amazed with every little thing.
It's like a 5-year-old getting some
Yeah,
cookies every
exactly.
day.
And so that keeps you going. Then you don't know when you are ready to fall asleep at night.
So it's a different day, it's a different challenge every day you wake up.
Exactly.
Is there a customer aspect to it? You know, the people you said, you know, when you're looking at from a customer standpoint, you're thinking about the second level customer. Is there some correlation to that that kind of says, you know, no, I want to go make this world a better place?
Yeah, that is always there. If you cannot include that as a part of your existence, then you are becoming an island,
Right.
and you want to be an ocean
Yes.
all the time,
Yes.
right? Uh, so it is essential that we have to keep a focus on making the world a better place. There is no doubt about it, and you hit the chord there very well.
So, you have a vast amount of knowledge and experience. I mean, every time I've spoken to you, you know, you draw inspiration from music, from language, from spirituality, Osho, you know, Jaggi. Like, tell us more about it. Like, if you were to kind of concise that into, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, like what would you share with us?
I am attracted to mysticism and to knowledge which is not available to our ordinary senses. So this knowledge is locked up in different spheres and different orbits. So for that, you have to read all kinds of philosophies, including spiritual, mythological, theological, as well as modern day sciences, and try to find the connectivity between all of these. The scientists say that brain cannot think logically. Brain does not have a function to think logically. Brain thinks analogically,
Right.
which is by connecting points.
Right.
So to connect points, you have to bring an assimilation ability. And with that assimilation ability, I have found that your heart also opens up. You know, you look at two islands in the ocean. On the surface, they look two separate islands. But you go a little bit below and they are connected with the bridge, right, with the land bridge. So, similarly, we are all carrying ourselves individually, but we are all wearing personas, various personas that we bring onto ourselves. And then we bury our individuality. But we actually connect through our individualities. So at that level, you have to go and see where is the connection.
So, in one sense, what you're also saying is we have to increase the brain's the number of points, right, that want to light up. So the more you drop in mysticism or religion or spirituality or music, it just gives you more points that you can assimilate.
Right. You know, as Bhagwan Buddha has said, Appo Dipo Bhava,
Right.
meaning every person should become his or her own light.
Right.
But how to become that light? Osho has given the best answer to it. And it's all within us. So you just have to take the time to peek inside.
Right.
But that time cannot come at a fixed time of the day. You have to inculcate the practice of doing that continuously.
It's just your subconscious. You just
Yeah, you are a witness. You constantly have to be a witness.
So you're like doing that thing even now as you're talking to me.
I guess so. Yes. No, I am. Actually, I am. In Dhaneshwar calls it that you have to become the eye of your eye. So what your eyes are seeing, you should be able to see that as third person.
Wow.
Then you are able to really see things as they are.
So
But for that, you have to become empty, completely empty, and remain as an empty person. So only then the others can see you also.
But that can be hard, right? We live in a capitalist country, and money drives a lot of the things. How can you be empty when at the same time you have to think about a lot of the what we call like the daily struggles.
Daily struggles have to be accepted as a part of amazement. You know, and watch the Krishna's philosophy on this is nothing that you do really. So why take tension about it, right?
But I'm sure that's not true for you. I mean, you take your work seriously. You have a commitment. You have.
Oh, every person has to make his business to take work seriously,
So how
and
does one live
and
in that emptiness, but also at the same time, caring about those things?
I guess you just have to want to be that way. You have to know that it is important for you. Only then that proper knowledge will descend into you. It's a function of what you are reading all the time. You want to be a billionaire, you have to read books about becoming a billionaire. There is no option otherwise. You have to really immerse yourself into that mode of thinking and develop your knowledge base and your platform.
And your friends and everything.
You want to open your heart,
Right.
then you have to read whatever the experts have said about opening your heart. It's like that.
Just go in and dive into it.
Dive into it and stay there.
So switching back into, I guess, some part of business, right? So here you're not just, I guess, not metal nerds, but you guys also do a lot of software tech, right? You guys build your own software for a lot of the work that happens here.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have to, because the machines that we supply they typically get installed on 1 acre land. One machine.
Wow.
That's how big the whole spread becomes.
Wow.
And there are several machines then basically which are interlinked and have to be working together as an orchestra in order to make it. Just like the islands are connected. So we write our own code, process code, what is called PLC software.
Okay.
We have to develop all the software for human-machine interface connectivity. We have to develop software for supervisory control and data acquisition systems, and as well as with the remote world viewing capability.
So is a lot of this custom to each machine that you build?
Yeah, it has to be.
Wow, it's a lot of.
It's a lot of effort is involved in delivering a fully automated world-class system.
How long do these projects run on a typical, like?
We have to spend on each project minimum 12 to 15 months
Wow.
to get one shipment out of the door.
How many people get involved with this, with the project?
Typically about 30
From your team?
from our team. 30 people have to be dedicated to issue one full project out of the door.
Wow. And like, how big are these companies that are your customers? Like, what are their sizes?
Our customers are very large companies, most of them. Size-wise, they are in the $10 billion range.
Wow.
Because that's the kind of investment that is needed to be in the aluminum business, on the primary aluminum side.
Wow.
We also have a lot of recycling customers because we are very heavy into green technologies.
Okay.
And in Southern California, we received the BACT Award twice so far,
Okay.
which is the best available control technology for pollution control.
Well, which doesn't matter as much, right? Since a couple of days ago.
No, for us it matters, and for our customers it matters,
Right.
and for the neighborhoods where the plants are located it matters. Where it doesn't matter that directly is if your plant is located far away from human civilizational areas.
Right.
And many of these plants all around the world are located that way.
Right.
So for those plants it doesn't matter. But if you are a recycler within a city or at the outskirts of a city, then you have to follow green technology
Right.
directives.
Okay. Do you invest in other startups or entrepreneurs?
No,
Why not?
because I haven't found the time to disinvest from my business. I just keep investing in my own business. But my wife does. My wife invests significantly into. You ask if I invest, and
Yes.
my answer is no, I don't.
That's not because you don't believe in others. It's just because you don't have the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's because I have not given the time to study a proposal that comes in, and I have found more interesting and more indulging to keep spending time in my own business and in my own metallurgical world.
What do you work on Saturdays?
Well, why on Saturdays? I work on Sundays as also.
Well, I didn't want to be the one saying that.
Well, that's all right.
So
Hey, look, let me tell you, hard work has never tired anybody.
True.
You know, if you're working with passion, then it's not really working anyway. You're having fun.
Enjoy. Like
Exactly.
take that
Yeah.
amazement pill.
There you go.
Right. So maybe you should start selling that next. That should
Maybe I think my wife keeps telling me that. So I'm actually looking for under what disguise I should sell my amazement pills. Maybe I should become a Swami, or maybe become a mystic or
You
somebody.
already are one. Right? That's what I think.
Well, if then
So
you will be my first customer.
I am.
Okay, take one.
I'll write you a check right now.
You got it.
So what's the one thing that's the one most exciting thing for you right now at this point in your life?
Professionally,
Just
I'm trying to
one thing, yeah.
invent a series of aluminum alloys which are based on nanotechnology.
Okay.
That field is just mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
And as I am researching more into it, I find we haven't even scratched the surface of the capability of materials. Materials, the whole world of materials,
Wow. So that's
Yeah, see, look, you drive a car, and the car weighs 3,000 pounds, and you weigh 200 pounds, or there is the very disproportionate deployment of use of materials, right? To transport a 200 pound mass weight, you are employing 3,000 pounds of, so 2,800 pounds are being transported for no reason.
correct. Yeah.
So it's only the material development in materials technology that is going to bring the pollution down, that is going to bring the energy application corrected, energy dynamics corrected, and it's going to make humans safer and more challenging, more agile,
More efficient.
and more efficient. It's going to solve the recycling problems also. So I invite you to join the materials world.
I would love to.
How about that?
Just that I don't have any background.
Well, you don't need the background. If you believe in it, you will
Yeah.
get the
I'll be
background
the 5-year-old
automatically.
running around asking for
That's the
questions.
best way.
Alright.
That's the best way.
Great. So, to kind of wrap this up, I know you're into philanthropy. You believe in giving back to society. So, tell us a bit more about that. Like, why do you do it, and what do you think are others in the community doing enough?
Well, bottom line, I like to do it because I don't like to say no. I haven't gone and found charities worth giving to, or meaning who I really, okay, I want to give so much money, so who should I give? Not like that. I leave it to the destiny. Whoever comes to me and whoever asks for money, I give it to them. That's how it has gone so far.
So, I can just register as a non-profit and take whatever.
But oh man, you will be amazed what it can do for you.
Alright. On that note, we are going to sign off, and I'm going to convert myself to a non-profit. But Ravi, thanks for joining us. This has been a pleasure, and we hope to keep hearing from you and learning from you.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and 3 cheers to your channel,
Thank you.
the Industry Show.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you at the next show.